Hello everyone. Welcome to another video for Adventures of R and I. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to not our usual like adventures or anything like that out and about in a museum or anything like that. This video is going to take a little bit of a different turn and it's going to get a little bit more personal. Okay. It is an adventure as it is anyway. It's just going to be an adventure that we are taking as a family. And yeah, it's just a lifetime adventure. So, um, I'm going to get into a little bit more personal, um, into talking about my life a little bit more personal and all of that. So, this adventure, you guys, is my adventure of IVF. We decided to go ahead and add a second baby to our family. Um, but as if you know me personally, you know that I've struggled with infertility, and that's something that I'm going to talk about as well here. Because I feel like really need to be an open book, and I feel like I need to bring a little bit more of awareness to infertility, and because I also feel like some people might feel like they're alone in this path or in this journey. And I just want everybody to know that that infertility is very like known. It's just kind of like very like hush hush, and nobody really wants to talk about it. Um, but I'm an open book, and this is what this video and everything is about, and hopefully a journey of adding a second baby to our family. Okay, so if you don't know me personally, my name is Ruby, and I am the R in Adventures of R and I. The I stands for my son Ivan, which he's currently not here, but I am in his room. You could tell from the background. Um, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a backstory for me. I met my husband in 2004. He wishes not to be present right now at this time, so I respect his wishes. He did not want to be on the video, but eventually, once he starts warming up and everything, he will. He said he'll make an appearance here and there. Okay. So I met my husband in 2004. We got married in 2005. We were happy together. Just the two of us, like the song says, just the two of us. We traveled, we partied, we had fun, we had everything. We did everything we could without adding to our family. Um, we were kind of the mentality of like, well, if it happens, it happens, and we were prepared whenever it did happen. And when we started getting a little bit more serious and everything, we realized that it wasn't happening as fast, or basically, it wasn't happening at all, getting pregnant. So, as you know, I have my son Ivan. He's currently 8 years old, and he's an IUI baby. Okay. So, I did start with my OB-GYN, you know, uh, seeing different doctors and everything of like what's going on. As of right now, I still don't know why I have infertility. And honestly, I kind of don't want to know who whose fault is it. Like, I don't want to know. Like, I'm sure I would like to know, but I don't want to know like if it's me or my husband or anything, because we kind of don't want to like put blame on anyone, because it kind of like it's a big long process, and we don't want to put any strain on anybody, and like we don't want to guilt trip anyone like, well, it's your fault, that you or me are pregnant or whatever. So whosever fault it is, me or him or whatever, both of us, like at this point, this is where we're at, and this is what we need to do. We know it doesn't happen naturally for us like it does for everyone else. So it's just something a little bit more of a few extra steps that we need to do in order for us to conceive. So we finally got serious, and to the point that we wanted to start our family, and it just wasn't happening for us. So I went to different doctors and all of that, and then I found a specialist for infertility that do IUI and IVF. I started the round of IUI because that's a little bit less like invasive as an IVF, and I said, let's just try for it and see what happens. I'm not going to disclose the location or the clinic because I don't have the authority from them to actually mention them on this video. And I don't want anybody to be bombarding them either, stating like, oh my god, I saw you on a YouTube video or whatever. But it's a really known clinic here in the Chicagoland area. They were very nice, very professional. I really, really loved them. The experience with them was so, so great. They take care of everyone really, really well. And that was, my experience with them was great. I'm no longer seeing them. The clinic that I'm with now is a whole totally different clinic, and that was my choice, not because of them or the way they treated me. It's just my vibe and the way I felt, but we'll talk about that a little bit longer. Okay, so IUI, Ivan's an IUI baby. Basically, in plain English terms, IUI means, and TMI, you guys, don't have little kids watching this video because it's not graphic, but it does get down to the point of like using the words. Okay, so basically, if you're not familiar with an IUI process, it's just that they grab the men's sperm and they basically inject it in you. Okay, with the proper medication, the proper hormones, the proper procedures and everything like that, ovulation, timing and everything, if that IUI takes, then you get to have a beautiful baby boy or girl. And then also, just because you get pregnant doesn't mean that you're safe and you're out of the woodworks either. There's a lot of things of like that come into an effect when you get pregnant, in regards to like chromosomes, genetics, and all of that jazz. And the crucial thing after you become pregnant or you find out you're pregnant is actually listening to the baby's heartbeat. Because if there's no heartbeat, then you basically don't have a living baby. And then eventually you'll have to miscarry and do the procedure of having to clean out your uterus and all of that. Don't want to get too graphic, but that is the case. So after we get that positive of like, yay, we're pregnant, awesome, you had to do your testing and everything and your ultrasounds to see if that baby has a heartbeat. Okay, so we went through the whole process and everything. Like I said, timing, counting the days of your menstrual cycle. It's a lot of detailed work. I literally had an agenda written down of everything, proper dosages of your medication. If this dosage doesn't work, then you're going to do this other dosage, and so forth and so on. Our first IUI did not become successful, so we didn't become pregnant with the first IUI. Our second IUI brought us Ivan. And then once again, we heard the heartbeat's good, okay, take some more medication. Progesterone, I think, is in order for you to have a healthy pregnancy and you don't miscarry the first couple of months or weeks that are crucial. I know a lot of people are very superstitious and very the old wives' tale, where it's like nobody wants to mention that they're pregnant until the 3 months is over. But that's also very superstitious because we can potentially lose a baby at 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, or be born prematurely and still be in an NICU for a couple of months until the baby's fully developed. So it's a lot of hard work, you guys. It's a lot of taking care of yourself. And everything is like, you're just like on your pins and needles and nerves all the time, because just like, oh my god, do I hear the baby? And then even then, like, the baby, there's like so many things that could happen. The baby could have the umbilical cord tied around them and you don't feel them kicking or anything like that. So it's just like a lot of stressful things until you literally have your baby in your hand, okay, or in your arms, basically. So Ivan was born 2012. He's 8 now. We were so happy with him, so happy. And then the reason why it took like 8 years, which is such a big gap, to have another baby is because having a baby takes a toll on you guys. It really does. The doctors usually recommend 2 years for your body to recover in order for you to get pregnant again, because you go through hormone changes, your body goes through changes. You want to get back to yourself, to your slimmer self, get rid of the baby fat, what we call, and all of that stuff. And then your hormones need to get to the level of like where you're kind of okay. So then we kind of gave it that time frame. We kind of gave it like time frame about like 2 years or more. Also, you had to financially recuperate. Having a baby is not cheap. um for you had to pay the bills and everything like that. So not only do you have to prepare mentally again all over, your body also has to recuperate, and then you also have to recuperate financially. So that was that. So we decided to take our time, enjoy our baby and all of that, enjoy Ivan and all of all that jazz. We then decided to go ahead and start our family again. Okay. Again, another wives' tale saying that once you have the first baby, the second baby is going to come like that. You're going to get pregnant really easily and all that, which never happened for us. Okay. So again, we're back to the doctors. We're back to square one. Let's see what we need to do. I did have one more IUI process in the meantime, and it didn't work. We then took a break, and then we decided, well, if it happens, it happens. Let's wait. Let's travel with Ivan. And let's just have fun. Let's have fun because doing a process like IUI and IVF is not easy. Like I said, it's very, very time consuming. You have to have a schedule. You have to have everything timed perfectly and everything to the best of your ability. I literally had an agenda of like when I took my medication, when I did this, when I did that, when my menstrual cycle came, and all of that. Literally, it was like a book. One of these days, if I find it or something, I'll post it or I'll show it to you guys if I find it again. I don't remember if I threw it out or not. But anyway, it's very time consuming. It takes a lot of your mind. It takes a toll on it, and you kind of want to be mentally prepared, literally mentally prepared. So we did another IUI process. We did that. There was a little hiccups in between doing that IUI process. I'm known to grow polyps in my uterus. So polyps is just like a little extra tissue. It's just a little extra tissue that grows in your uterus. The reason for that being a little problem once you're going through IUI processes or IVF is that it grows in your uterus. That polyp, it doesn't matter if it's small, big, or whatever. If it's in your uterus, literally, if you get pregnant, your baby attaches to the polyp and now your uterine wall. And then as the baby grows and becomes a little bit more heavier, that polyp is not strong enough, like your uterine wall, to hold a baby. So it's literally going to detach, and then you lose your baby. So the doctors, what they call is they want a clean slate, meaning nothing to obstruct your uterus, nothing to be blocking your tubes or anything like that. So you have to go through a lot of lab work and all of the processing. So in the meantime, between Ivan and doing the other IUI, and now I did have 2 polyp removals. Okay. Which also caused me to kind of put that on hold, because a polyp removal, they have to go, again, graphic. They have to go in, kind of scrape it out, clean it, and all that, and then you're on your way and recover from that. So I've had 2 polyp removals in between, and then the IUI process, which didn't take. So then, after the IUI process didn't take, we kind of were like, you know what? Let's just wait. It's probably not the right timing, probably not the right procedure. We were kind of a little bit financially tight as well. And so like, let's just say, let's wait. So we traveled, we had fun. Hence the reason why we kind of wanted to, hence the reason why we started this YouTube channel of Adventures of RNI. It was because we were traveling so much. Because we were visiting like different cities, and we really wanted to have like a little like memory or like of places that we've been to, so that when Ivan grows up, he can remember or see back where he went and wouldn't forget. So we kind of started this channel a little bit later. we've had so many adventures. We've been to Canada, to Mexico on a cruise, and all of that. Things that we could have recorded it and had uploaded here. But we never really thought about having a YouTube channel till like, last year. So, um, so that was the case. And then in later 2019, 20, early 2020, then we finally said, you know what, this is the year we're really going to go for it. We're really going to decide to go and do. We were thinking of doing an IUI process. That was going to be our next step. I looked around. I'm in a lot of mommy groups, and I found this one place, the clinic that I'm currently at now. Again, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't have the authority to mention that. So we went ahead with this clinic. I started to do my lab work early January, going into February. Again, labs, checking my hormones, checking if my tubes were blocked and anything like that. And we were going to move forward with an IUI process. And then, we hit our pandemic, the great old COVID that shut down everybody, shut down all offices, shut down everything in person, and there we are in quarantine. So that kind of got stopped on us. It was actually in February of 2020 that it kind of trumped our process then. Then we had a tragedy in the family. We had to cope with that. We had to deal with that. COVID wasn't being any nice to anyone. If we've just had to kind of bear along and go along with whatever is going on. Now we're in 2021. The offices are starting to open a little bit more back up. We're going into phases of reopening. And so my clinic decided to open back up again. They decided to open up late last year. I think I want to say around October. They did give me a call and say if they wanted me to follow up with them because we kind of had left whatever out there. And I said, you know what? For sure. I talked to my husband. We're both on board. Ivan is on board. He wants a sibling, preferably a brother, but we don't know. And we decided to move forward with our IVF process. Because of my age, and I am a little bit older. I did have Ivan when I was 30, so you guys make the math. He's 8. Hello. Because of how long that I waited and the COVID and the pandemic hit, and we've waited this long, and my age, the doctor recommended that I don't waste time, that I don't do an IUI process, that I go strictly straight to IVF. We started my lab work again, hormones, everything, make sure that my tubes weren't blocked and all of that. Unfortunately, I did, in between all these years, I did grow another polyp. Okay, so as you guys know that I'm prone to that. I've had 2 polyp removals before. I think I had one in 2013, and I think I had another one in about 2017, give or take. So unfortunately, he saw that. He saw that I grew another polyp. And before, again, an IUI process or an IVF, they want to have a clean slate. So I will go in to have that removed. Once that has been removed, and the polyps they're always, in my case, they've always been benign, non-cancerous. So, and it's just a little bit of an extra tissue. The doctors say that it's usually because of my hormone levels. I create a little bit more tissue than other people, or because of my, what we call obesity. So I'm a little tad overweight. So that is going to get removed. And then once that gets removed, then we will go ahead and move forward with more lab works, more testing. And then also my husband needs to get tested as well. So we're on the schedule for that. So the whole the whole purpose of this video is to tell you guys that yes, we are moving forward to adding to our little family, and we are doing our journey of IVF. Okay, so hopefully in a couple of months we'll all have good news, and you'll see me a little bit bigger, hopefully, if all goes well and everything takes well. There's certain procedures, like I'm trying to like think of everything, because it's like something new for me, because IUI is totally different than IVF. IUI is basically, like I said, that they take this sperm from the man, inject it into your body, and all of that. IVF is a little bit more invasive. You have to grow follicles, you have to do an egg retrieval, and basically they're gonna make the baby in a petri dish and then make sure that it grows into an embryo and all of that, and then basically again implant it and see, and hopefully it takes. So it's a little bit more invasive, it's a little bit more time consuming, there's a little bit more medications to take and all of that, according to what the doctor had told me. There's also more tests that I have to do because of my age. And then those invasive testings are also supposedly, if I do everything correctly, it's giving me a 65% chance of getting pregnant the first time around, and also of picking the sex of the baby. So hopefully we pick a girl and we get a girl. But then at this time of age and everything, I just really don't care what I have. I just want to have another baby, and that's it. There's also a possibility of twins, but he did mention that because I previously had a C-section, he doesn't really recommend me getting pregnant with twins, so I'm not sure if he's going to stop that from happening, or implanting more than one egg, because he doesn't want me to carry twins. Which is fine. Like I said, it's totally fine with me. I don't care. I just want another baby. We just want to add to our family, and if it's one more, one more. So I'm scheduled to have my polyp removal, and I will do a little video on that when that happens. I don't think you guys can go in with me to the surgery room, because not even my husband could follow me in there. I'm kind of pretty much alone, I think, because of COVID. So if not, it would have been like really, really cool for you guys to like, kind of see like the whole process of me going in and everything like that. It's going to be strictly outpatient. That's that. So yeah, you guys, this is a new adventure, so I decided to add it to the adventures of R&I, because hello, it is a new adventure for us. We are still going to be posting if we go anywhere to a different city or anything like that. We are going to be posting our different adventures here as well, so you'll kind of get a mixture of like different like personal and then some adventures and all of that. So yeah, you guys, I'm scared. I was going to say I'm not scared. I am scared. I'm scared, ishless. I'm scared. It's a whole different process for me, but I'm not afraid to open up from my story. I'm not, because if this helps in any way anyone that's going or struggling through infertility, then don't let that stop you. I personally come from a very knit tight Hispanic family, where we're known to like, well, if God or the man above doesn't send you the babies or whatever, or doesn't send you a family, then you're not like woman enough. Or if God doesn't send you family or whatever, or whoever you believe in doesn't send you kids, then that's it. No, my belief is that if you want it, if that's what you want, and you want to go for it, then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do what you can to have your babies. The least that can happen is, what are they going to tell you? Sorry, we tried it and you didn't, and you couldn't. At least you tried it. It's kind of like parasailing, or like, skydiving or whatever. Nobody's going to go through the experience or anything until you do it. You can't take what people tell you for your decision or for you. You have to experience that. You have to go through it. You have to do the impossible to be happy, to be you. And like I said, if the doctor says that it didn't happen for whatever reason, because it just didn't happen, well, then you know what? I guess I tried it. We did end up doing a lot of things with when we were pregnant with Ivan. Like we recorded his heartbeat, so we have his heartbeat in a cute little teddy bear. We did the 3D. We did like the 3D pictures, so we have that. We did a video of him, so we have that. So I'm pretty content with having just him, if that is what science chose. But I'm not going to give up until I actually try for it. So that is our journey, you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, or anything, just go ahead and comment below. I'll try to answer them as much as I can. But that is our journey. So stay tuned, you guys, for more updates and more videos. I will go and do videos of like our process and what's going on and everything. As of right now, the only thing that has been scheduled, is my polyp removal. All of my other lab work came back okay and came back fine. So, I don't know where our next steps is going to be after the polyp removal. So we shall see on that. All right, you guys, so I'm going to log off, and, that is what we wanted to update you with. I wasn't gonna mention it to anybody. I was kind of just gonna be like a surprise, like, hey, I'm pregnant. But I feel like if this video helps anybody, I can't even talk, helps anybody in any sort of way. If you have infertility issues, if you have anything, just know that you're not alone out there. Know that it's more common than people really talk about. And like I said, I come from a very tight-knit Hispanic family where we really wouldn't believe in science. It's more like the man above, and if he sends them to you, he sends them to you. But sometimes you have to believe and be a little bit more open in regards to science. Sometimes you got to give mankind a chance. So if you ever feel alone, if you know me personally, you can go to my Facebook and private message me. Or if you don't know me personally, you can go to my Facebook and still look me up, and all that. And we can always chat. There's mommy groups up there that I can include you in and everything. And we kind of all support each other, and we kind of like go through like different processes of our own. And we kind of keep each other company and all of that, because in this time, especially with what's going on in the world, we kind of need to be there for each other, and we kind of need to support each other once in a while as women, as the holders of like the family, as the holders of like a lot of things on our shoulders. We really need to be a little bit more supportive. Oh, my foot is falling asleep. A little bit more supportive of each other, you guys. All right, so I'm gonna log off. Thank you so much for giving me your time, and stay tuned for what's ahead. Like I said, I will try to do videos and vlogs of the different processes is that even a word? Process of what I'm going through, and keep you guys updated. If you are family, please keep us in your best wishes. Send us positive vibes, you guys. Hit those like buttons. Send us positive vibes that everything goes well for us, and we have some good news hopefully in a couple of months. All right, bye.